LEO love, the boundary that makes you irresistible in the right way. There is one single boundary that once you learn to hold it with grace, will completely change how people respond to you in love. And most Leos have never been taught what it is. If you have been giving everything you have to someone and still feeling like it is not enough. If you have been the one lighting up the room, pouring warmth into every connection, and yet somehow ending up feeling invisible in the moments that matter most, then this is the message that was meant to find you today. Something inside you already knows that the way you have been loving is not sustainable. You feel it in those quiet moments when the energy you gave out all day has left you hollow. You feel it when you look across the table at someone and realize they have grown comfortable receiving without ever truly giving back. And here is the truth. The very thing that makes you magnetic, that warmth, that deep desire to be seen and to make others feel seen, that same thing becomes your greatest vulnerability when it has no boundary around it. But what if the right boundary does not dim your light? What if it actually makes it impossible to ignore? That is what we are going to explore today. 10 truths about boundaries in love tailored to you. Stay with me through every one, because the last few will challenge everything you thought you knew about being strong in love. Tip 1. Your presence is the gift, and you must stop apologizing for it. There is something you do that you probably do not even realize you are doing. You walk into a room, and the temperature shifts. People feel you before you say a word. Your energy has weight to it. It has warmth. It has a kind of gravity that pulls people in without you trying. And yet, somewhere along the way you started apologizing for that. Maybe not with words. Maybe you never actually said, "I am sorry for being too much." But you started shrinking. You started holding back the fullness of who you are because someone at some point made you feel like your light was inconvenient. Maybe it was a partner who told you that you were too dramatic. Maybe it was a friend who rolled their eyes when you expressed how you really felt. Maybe it was a parent who taught you that wanting attention was the same thing as being selfish. And so you learned to dim yourself. You learned to walk into the room and take up less space. You learned to laugh a little quieter, love a little smaller, and ask for a little less. And here is what happened when you did that. The wrong people got comfortable. Because when you shrink yourself to fit someone else's comfort zone, you attract people who need you to stay small. You attract people who are threatened by your fullness. You attract people who want your warmth but not your fire. And that is not love. That is management. Real love does not ask you to be less. Real love does not flinch when you walk into the room and own every inch of it. Real love sees your presence for what it is, a gift. And the boundary you need to set here is simple but powerful. You need to stop adjusting your energy to make other people comfortable. You need to stop scanning the room to see if your brightness is bothering someone. You need to stop asking permission to be who you are. This does not mean you become arrogant. This does not mean you bulldoze over people or demand attention at every turn. It means you stop apologizing for the space you naturally take up. It means you let your warmth flow without checking first to see if it is welcome. It means you trust that the people who are meant for you will not be blinded by your light. They will be drawn to it. And the ones who cannot handle it, they were never your people to begin with. This is the first boundary. Not a wall. Not a rule. A quiet, steady refusal to make yourself smaller for the sake of someone else's insecurity. When you hold this boundary, everything begins to shift. The people who stay are the ones who actually see you. And being seen by the right person is worth more than being tolerated by 100 wrong ones. You have spent too long dimming your own flame because someone told you it was too bright. That ends now. Your presence is not a burden. It is the most valuable thing you bring to any room, any relationship, any moment. Treat it that way, and watch how differently the world treats you in return. Because the moment you stop shrinking is the moment you start discovering who is actually strong enough to stand beside you. And that discovery, that is where real love begins. Tip 2. Stop rewarding people who only show up when it is easy. You have a pattern and it is time to name it. You are the one people come to when they need warmth, when they need encouragement, when they need someone to remind them that they are worthy and capable and loved. And you do it beautifully. You do it so well that people forget it costs you something. They forget that behind that generous spirit is a human being who also needs to be held. Who also needs someone to show up and say, "I see what you are carrying and I am here." But here is the pattern: you keep giving that warmth to people who only show up when the weather is good. They are there for the celebrations. They are there for the laughter. They are there when your energy is high and your spirit is bright and everything feels effortless. But the moment things get heavy, the moment you need something real, they vanish. They go quiet. They suddenly have other priorities. And what do? You forgive them. You make excuses for them. You tell yourself that they are just going through something, that they did not mean to disappear, that they will do better next time. And then next time comes and the same thing happens, and you forgive again, because that is what Leos do. You lead with your heart, and your heart does not like to give up on people. But there is a difference between loyalty and self-abandonment. There is a difference between giving someone grace and giving someone a permanent pass to treat you as optional. The boundary here is this: stop being the most reliable person in relationships where you are the least prioritized. Stop pouring your best energy into connections where your worst moments are met with silence. This does not mean you cut people off the first time they disappoint you. It means you start paying attention to patterns. It means you notice who reaches out when you are quiet. It means you notice who checks in when things are not glamorous. It means you start measuring people not by how they act when everything is good, but by how they act when things are hard. Because the truth is, anyone can love you when you are shining. That takes no effort. That takes no courage. The people who matter are the ones who stay close when the light flickers. Those are the ones who deserve your fire. The rest? Let them warm themselves somewhere else. You are not a convenience. You are not a seasonal friend. You are not someone people get to enjoy only when it suits them. And the sooner you stop rewarding that behavior with your loyalty, the sooner you will find the people who actually earn it. Think about the last time you went through something difficult. Think about who reached out without being asked. Think about who noticed the shift in your energy before you even said a word. Those people exist, and they are waiting for you to recognize them. But you cannot see them clearly, while you are busy chasing after people who only love the highlight reel. The real ones are in the background, steady and true, showing up without fanfare and without needing to be asked. Turn toward them. Give them the energy you have been wasting on people who only come around when it is convenient. They have earned it. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Tip 3. You do not need to perform love to prove it exists. This one is going to feel personal, and that is because it is. Deep inside, there is a part of you that believes love has to be seen to be real. That if you are not actively demonstrating your affection, if you are not planning something, giving something, doing something visible and undeniable, then maybe the other person will forget how you feel. Maybe they will start to doubt you. Maybe they will leave. And so you perform. You go above and beyond. You plan the grand gestures. You send the long messages. You make sure that no one in your life could ever accuse you of not trying hard enough. And on the surface, that looks like passion. It looks like devotion. But underneath it, if you are honest with yourself, there is fear. Fear that your love, just as it is, without the performance, is not enough. Fear that if you stop doing and just start being, the other person will lose interest. And that fear drives you to exhaust yourself in relationships. It drives you to give more than is healthy, more than is sustainable, more than anyone ever asked you to give. Because in your mind, resting means risking, and risking means losing. But here is the truth that will set you free if you let it. Real love does not need a stage. Real love does not need applause. Real love is not a performance that requires constant energy and execution to be valid. Real love is quiet sometimes. It is sitting next to someone in silence and feeling completely at peace. It is knowing that you do not have to prove anything because the other person already knows. It is trusting that your presence alone, without the fireworks, is enough to keep someone close. The boundary you need to set is with yourself. You need to give yourself permission to stop performing, to stop treating love like a competition where you have to outgive, outplan, and out-effort everyone else, to stop measuring your worth in a relationship by how much you do rather than how deeply you connect. This is hard for you. It is hard because the world has always rewarded you for being the one who brings the energy, the one who makes things happen, the one who turns ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. And those are beautiful qualities, but they become destructive when they are driven by fear instead of freedom. Start noticing the difference. Start asking yourself, Am I doing this because I want to, or because I am afraid of what happens if I stop? That question alone will change everything. Because when you love from a place of freedom instead of fear, the love you give becomes lighter. It becomes more authentic. It becomes something that fills you up instead of draining you dry. And the right person will not only accept that version of your love, they will prefer it. They will prefer the real you over the performance, every single time. You do not have to earn love by being extraordinary every moment of every day. You have already earned it by being who you are. Let that be enough. And let the person who stays when the performance stops be the one you build your life around. Tip 4. Your pride is not the enemy, but it becomes one when it speaks for your heart. Let us talk about pride, because if there is one thing people associate with your sign, it is this. And most of the time they get it wrong. They think your pride is vanity. They think it is ego. They think it is some shallow need to always be right and always be on top. But that is not what your pride really is. Your pride is protection. It is the armor you built around your heart after the first time someone made you feel foolish for caring too deeply. It is the wall you put up after the first time you opened yourself completely and got hurt. It is the voice inside your head that says, "Do not let them see that they got to you." And in many ways, that pride has saved you. It has kept you standing when lesser forces would have knocked you down. It has given you the strength to walk away from situations that did not serve you. It has kept your dignity intact in moments when everything else was falling apart. But here is where it becomes your enemy. When it starts speaking for your heart. When your heart wants to say, "I miss you," and your pride says, "They should reach out first." When your heart wants to say, "That hurt me," and your pride says, "I will never give them the satisfaction of knowing." When your heart wants to say, "I need help," and your pride says, "I would rather suffer alone than admit I cannot handle this." In those moments, your pride is no longer protecting you. It is isolating you. It is keeping you locked inside a fortress that no one can enter, including the people who genuinely want to love you. And the worst part is, from the outside it looks like strength. It looks like confidence. It looks like you have everything under control. But inside you are lonely. Inside you are tired of pretending that nothing touches you. Inside you are aching for someone to see past the armor and reach the part of you that is soft and vulnerable and desperate to be held. The boundary here is not about getting rid of your pride. It is about knowing when to let it step aside. It is about learning to recognize the moments when pride is protecting you from real danger versus the moments when it is just protecting you from intimacy. Because intimacy requires vulnerability, and vulnerability requires letting someone see you without the armor. Not everyone has earned that. Not everyone deserves to see you unguarded, but someone does. And if you let your pride make every decision for you, you will never let that someone in. The next time your heart wants to speak and your pride tries to interrupt, pause. Ask yourself which voice is serving you in that moment, and have the courage to let your heart win when it matters most. That is not weakness. That is the strongest thing a Leo can do. Think about all the conversations you never had because your pride decided they were beneath you. Think about all the connections that withered because neither person was willing to bend first. Your heart knew what to say. Your pride just would not let it. That pattern stops now, because the love you are looking for lives on the other side of your armor. And the only way to reach it is to let someone see what is underneath. Tip 5. You deserve to be chosen, not just appreciated. There is a difference between being appreciated and being chosen, and it is a difference that can break your heart if you do not understand it. Being appreciated means someone recognizes your value. They see what you bring to the table. They acknowledge your warmth, your loyalty, your passion, your generosity. They might even say beautiful things about you to other people. They might tell you how amazing you are, how lucky they are, how there is no one else like you. And that feels good. Of course it does. You are someone who thrives on recognition. You need to know that the people you love see you clearly. But appreciation without action is just flattery. And flattery does not keep you warm at night. Being chosen is different. Being chosen means someone does not just see your value. They act on it. They show up consistently. They make space for you in their life, not just their words. They prioritize you, not because you demanded it, but because they genuinely cannot imagine their life without you in it. And here is where so many Leos get stuck. You settle for appreciation when what you really want is to be chosen. You stay in relationships where someone tells you how incredible you are, but never backs it up with consistent effort. You stay in situations where the words are right but the actions are empty. And you stay because the appreciation feels close enough to love that you can almost convince yourself it is the same thing. But it is not. And deep down, you know it is not. You know the difference between someone who admires you from a distance and someone who pulls you close and says, I choose you. Today. Tomorrow. Even when it is hard. Especially when it is hard. The boundary here is raising your standard from appreciation to commitment. It is deciding that beautiful words are not enough if they are not attached to consistent action. It is recognizing that you deserve someone who does not just notice your fire but actively tends to it. This means being willing to walk away from people who enjoy your warmth without ever feeding the flame. It means being willing to sit in the discomfort of being alone, rather than settling for being admired by someone who will never truly choose you. And yes, that is scary. It is scary because what if no one comes along who matches that standard? What if the person who chooses you fully is still on their way and you have to wait? But here is what I want you to hold on to: waiting for the right thing is always better than settling for the almost right thing. Always. You were not built to be someone's option. You were built to be someone's answer. And the moment you start believing that, the moment you refuse to accept anything less, that is the moment the right person will finally be able to find you, because they have been looking for someone who knows their worth. And that someone is you. Do not let beautiful words distract you from empty actions ever again. The person who chooses you will not need to be reminded. They will not need to be convinced. They will show up consistently and fully, because for them there was never another choice to begin with. Tip 6. Not every battle is yours to fight. You have a warrior's heart. That is not an exaggeration. When someone you love is hurting, you feel it in your bones. When someone crosses a line, your first instinct is to stand up, step forward, and handle it. You will go to war for the people you care about without a second thought. You will sacrifice your peace, your time, your energy, your comfort, all to defend someone who matters to you. And that is one of the most beautiful things about who you are. But it is also one of the most dangerous, because not every battle is yours to fight, and not every person you fight for would do the same for you. There is a pattern that many Leos fall into, and it looks like this: someone in your life has a problem. Maybe it is a conflict with another person. Maybe it is a bad situation they keep finding themselves in. Maybe it is a pattern of poor decisions that keeps leading to the same painful outcome. And you step in. You offer your strength. You offer your voice. You offer your fire. And for a while it feels right. Feels like you are doing what you were born to do. Protecting, defending, leading. But then something shifts. You realize that the person you are fighting for is not fighting for themselves. They are comfortable letting you carry the weight. They are comfortable letting you absorb the conflict while they stand behind you. They are comfortable watching you burn your energy while they conserve theirs. And suddenly, you are not a partner in their battle. You are a shield, a tool, a resource they use when things get hard and discard when things get easy. The boundary here is learning to distinguish between supporting someone and carrying someone. Supporting someone means standing beside them while they face their own challenges. It means offering encouragement, wisdom, and presence while they do the hard work of solving their own problems. Carrying someone means doing it for them. It means taking on their conflicts, their consequences, their responsibilities, until their burden becomes yours and your own life starts to suffer. You can be strong for people without being strong instead of them. You can love people without taking over their lives. You can care deeply without losing yourself in someone else's chaos. The next time you feel that pull, that instinct to charge in and fix everything, pause. Ask yourself, is this person asking for my support? Or are they asking me to carry something that belongs to them? And if the answer is the second, have the courage to step back. Not because you do not care, but because the most loving thing you can do sometimes is to let people find their own strength, even if it is hard to watch, even if every fiber of your being wants to step in. Some battles will make the people you love stronger, but only if you let them fight. Your energy is precious, your fire is finite, and every ounce of strength you spend fighting battles that are not yours is an ounce you cannot spend building the life and love you actually deserve. Guard your fire the way you guard the people you love. It is just as valuable, maybe more so, because without it, you have nothing left to give to the battles that truly matter. Tip 7. Your need to be understood is valid, but it cannot be an ultimatum. There is something you carry that most people do not see. Behind all the confidence, behind the warmth, behind the energy that fills every room you enter, there is a deep, almost aching need to be understood. Not just seen, not just admired, understood. You want someone to look at you and know why you did what you did without you having to explain it. You want someone to recognize the intention behind your actions, even when the execution was not perfect. You want someone to read between your lines and say, "I see what you really meant." And when that does not happen, it wounds you in a way that is hard to describe. Feels like rejection. Feels like proof that no one will ever really get you. It feels like loneliness in the middle of a crowded room. And what you do with that wound is important. Because sometimes, instead of expressing the hurt clearly and gently, you turn it into a test. You pull back. You go silent. You wait to see if the other person notices. You create distance and then watch to see if they close it. And if they do not close it fast enough or in the right way, or with the exact words you needed to hear, you take it as confirmation. Confirmation that they do not understand you. Confirmation that they never will. Confirmation that you are alone in this. But here is what I want you to consider. Your need to be understood is completely valid. It is one of the most human needs there is. But it cannot be an ultimatum. It cannot be something that the other person has to get right every time or risk losing you. Because understanding takes time, takes patience, takes a willingness to explain yourself even when you feel like you should not have to. It takes giving someone the chance to learn your language instead of punishing them for not already speaking it. The boundary here is about holding your need with tenderness instead of rigidity. It is about saying, "I need you to understand me and I am willing to help you get there," instead of, "If you do not understand me right now, then you never will." It is about replacing tests with conversations. It is about replacing silence with honesty. It is about trusting that the right person will want to understand you but might need your help to get there. You are complex. You are layered. You are full of contradictions that even you do not fully understand sometimes. Expecting someone to decode all of that without your guidance is not a standard. It is a setup for failure. Give people the chance to learn you. Give them the words when they cannot find them on their own. And save your fire for the ones who hear your words and still choose to walk away. Those are the ones who do not deserve you, but the ones who are trying. The ones who are leaning in, even imperfectly. Those are the ones worth staying patient for. The most beautiful relationships are not built on two people who instantly understood everything about each other from the first moment. They are built on two people who chose to keep learning, who chose to keep asking questions, who chose to keep showing up even when it was uncomfortable and confusing and messy. That is what real understanding looks like. Not perfection, but persistence. Tip 8. Stop treating forgiveness like a personality trait. You forgive quickly, too quickly, and you do it so often that you have convinced yourself it is just who you are. "I am a forgiving person," you say, and you believe it. You believe it so deeply that you have turned forgiveness into an identity rather than a choice. But here is the problem with that. When forgiveness becomes automatic, it stops being meaningful. It becomes a reflex, a habit, a way of avoiding the discomfort of conflict rather than a genuine release of pain. And the people around you have learned that. They have learned that no matter what they do, you will forgive them. They have learned that your anger has an expiration date. They have learned that if they just wait long enough, you will come back. You will soften. You will open the door again. And so they keep doing the same things, over and over, because there are no real consequences. Because your forgiveness has become so predictable that it has lost its power. And here is what happens to you in the process: you carry everything. Every hurt you forgave without processing. Every wound you covered with grace before it had time to heal. Every betrayal you absorbed and moved past without ever really moving through it. It all accumulates. It sits in your chest. It builds up behind your smile. And one day, something small happens, something that should not matter, and it all comes flooding out. And the other person looks at you in shock and says, "Where is this coming from?" And you cannot explain it because even you do not fully understand the weight of everything you have been carrying. The boundary here is redefining what forgiveness means for you. Forgiveness is not pretending something did not happen. Forgiveness is not rushing to make the other person feel comfortable again. Forgiveness is not a gift you hand out to avoid sitting in the discomfort of someone else's guilt. Real forgiveness comes after the hurt has been acknowledged, after the pattern has been named, after the other person has demonstrated through consistent action that they understand what they did and are committed to not doing it again. Until those things happen, what you are offering is not forgiveness. It is permission. Permission to keep hurting you. Permission to keep crossing the same lines. Permission to keep treating your heart like something that can be broken and repaired on their schedule. Stop giving that permission. Start requiring that people earn your forgiveness through changed behavior, not just changed words. Start sitting in the discomfort of holding someone accountable, even when every instinct in your body wants to let it go. Because your heart is not a revolving door. It is a sanctuary. And the people who want to be inside it should have to show that they can be trusted to treat it with care. That is not harsh. That is not cold. That is love in its most mature form. And it is the kind of love you deserve to both give and receive. Imagine how different your life would look right now if every time someone hurt you, you had waited for real change before letting them back in. Imagine how much lighter your chest would feel. Imagine how much more energy you would have. That life is still available to you. It starts the next time someone says, "I am sorry," and you pause long enough to ask, "Show me." Some people watch, others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting, it's about moving. Tip 9. You must learn the difference between loneliness and solitude. This is one of the hardest lessons for you to learn, and I say that with deep respect for how you are wired. You are someone who draws energy from connection. You light up around people. You feel most alive when there is someone to share the moment with, someone to witness the beauty you see in the world, someone to reflect your warmth back to you. And that is a gift. That capacity for connection is one of the most powerful things about you. But it has a shadow side. And the shadow side is this. You sometimes cannot tell the difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is the ache of feeling disconnected. It is the hollow feeling of being surrounded by people who do not really see you. It is the quiet desperation that drives you to reach out to the wrong person at the wrong time, just because the silence has become unbearable. Solitude is something entirely different. Solitude is chosen. Solitude is powerful. Solitude is the space where you reconnect with yourself without the noise of other people's expectations. It is where you hear your own voice most clearly. It is where you remember who you are when you are not performing for an audience. And the reason this matters for your love life is simple. If you cannot be at peace in solitude, you will make desperate choices in love. You will stay in relationships that are not right because the alternative is being alone. You will accept less than you deserve because having someone, even the wrong someone, feels better than having no one. You will pour yourself into connections that drain you because at least they fill the silence. The boundary here is learning to sit with yourself. Learning to be alone without immediately reaching for your phone. Without immediately seeking someone to fill the gap. Without immediately interpreting the silence as something that needs to be fixed. This does not mean you have to enjoy being alone. It does not mean you have to become someone who thrives in isolation. You are who you are, and connection will always be important to you. But you need to be able to survive without it. You need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and know that you are complete, even when there is no one standing next to you. Because that is what makes the difference between choosing someone and needing someone. When you choose someone from a place of wholeness, the relationship is built on genuine desire, not desperation. When you need someone from a place of emptiness, the relationship is built on dependency. And dependency is not love. It is survival. You deserve more than survival. You deserve to be with someone because you want them, not because you cannot function without them. And the only way to get there is to make peace with the quiet, to find comfort in your own company, to discover that solitude is not the enemy. It is the training ground for the love you truly deserve. Start small. The next time you feel that urge to fill the silence, resist it. Sit with it for 5 more minutes, then 10, then an hour. Let the quiet teach you something about who you are when no one is watching. Let it show you that the person sitting in that silence is someone worth knowing deeply, someone worth loving fully, someone who does not need a single other soul in the room to be complete. That discovery will change everything that comes after it. Tip 10. The right person will not complete you, they will celebrate you. This is the truth that ties everything together. The truth that, once you truly absorb it, will change every relationship you have from this moment forward. You do not need someone to complete you. You have been told that you do. Every love story you have ever heard has reinforced this idea that somewhere out there is a missing piece that will make you whole. That love is about finding the one person who fills the gap inside you. That until you find them, you are somehow unfinished. But that is a lie. And it is a lie that has cost you dearly. Because when you believe you are incomplete, you approach love from a place of lack. You approach every relationship with a hidden agenda. Fill this void. Fix this emptiness. Make me feel like enough. And no human being can carry that weight. No partner, no matter how devoted, can be responsible for making you feel whole. That is your work. That is your journey. That is the inner territory that only you can cultivate. And here is what happens when you stop looking for someone to complete you and start looking for someone to celebrate you. Everything changes. Instead of searching for someone who fills your gaps, you find someone who applauds your strengths. Instead of clinging to someone out of fear that you will fall apart without them, you stand beside them knowing that you could stand alone if you had to, but choosing not to. Instead of building a relationship on need, you build it on genuine admiration, deep respect, and mutual joy. The right person for you is not someone who makes you whole. The right person is someone who sees the wholeness that is already there and says, "This is magnificent." The right person is someone who does not try to tame your fire, but brings their own flame and lets the two burn brighter together. The right person is someone who does not love you because they need you but loves you because they are genuinely in awe of who you are. And you will only attract that kind of person when you believe you are worthy of that kind of love. Not when you are performing. Not when you are shrinking. Not when you are so desperate for connection that you will accept anyone who shows interest. But when you are standing fully in your own light, boundaries intact, pride balanced, heart open but protected, and saying to the world, "This is who I am. Take it or leave it." The right person will take it, and they will consider it the greatest gift they have ever received. But first you have to take it yourself. You have to stop waiting for someone else to validate what you already know is true, that you are extraordinary, that your love is a force of nature, that anyone who gets to be loved by you is one of the luckiest people alive. You have to believe that first, and then let the right person confirm it. Think about who you become when you are not trying to be anything for anyone. Think about the version of you that exists when there are no expectations, no performances, no fear of being too much or not enough. That version is magnetic. That version is irresistible. That version is the one who will finally attract the kind of love that lasts. And it all starts with one decision: to stop looking for someone to complete you and to start being so complete that the right person simply cannot stay away. Everything we have talked about today comes down to one fundamental shift. It is the shift from giving yourself away to giving yourself permission. Permission to be seen fully. Permission to hold people accountable. Permission to let your heart lead without letting your fear drive. Permission to be alone long enough to learn what you truly want. Permission to stop performing love and start living it. You have spent so much of your life being strong for everyone else, being the light in every room, being the one who holds it all together even when you are falling apart inside. And that strength is real. It is something you built, day by day, heartbreak by heartbreak, disappointment by disappointment. But strength without boundaries is just endurance. And you were not put here to simply endure. You were put here to thrive. You were put here to love deeply and be loved deeply in return. You were put here to burn so brightly that the right people find you, not because you searched for them, but because your light was impossible to miss. The boundaries we talked about today are not walls. They are invitations. Invitations to the right kind of people to come closer. Invitations that say, "I have standards, I have worth, and I am looking for someone who matches that." And when you hold those boundaries with the grace and warmth that only a Leo can bring, when you combine your natural fire with the wisdom to know where it should and should not burn, you become something that no one can look away from. Not because you are performing, not because you are trying, but because there is nothing more magnetic on this earth than someone who knows exactly who they are and is not afraid to let the world see it. That is you. That has always been you. The only thing that was missing was the boundary to protect it. Now you have it. And now everything changes. You have two options after this video. Close it and hope things shift. Or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.